Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special episode of 10 Minute Talks. I'm your host, Seth Kaufman.
And I am your co-host, Henry.
No last name, because he doesn't really exist.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just here.
And today is a special topic that, if it were a later time in the year, it'd probably be more appropriate, but who gives a shit? Any time to talk about cryptids is a good time. And do I care that it's the middle of February? No. Actually, I think it's March now, but I don't. Is that a fly?
Yeah, it's March 1st.
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, today's episode, as I'm sure you heard me name drop earlier, is about cryptids.
My favorite.
Yeah, I only really brought that topic up because he's a spooky skeleton man, but
Ooh.
yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh. Now let's start off with a very simple question. What's your favorite cryptid? Shut up. Okay, I can't speak.
I mean, it's a really popular one. I gotta say Mothman.
I mean, it's a popular for a reason, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, the Mothman of, what, West Virginia? It is West Virginia.
Pleasant
right?
Point Pleasant.
West Virginia?
Yeah, but I know. Whatever.
Yeah. States aren't real.
Yeah, states don't exist. It's
all just lines on a map.
Yeah, but the story that everyone knows takes place in Point Pleasant.
Takes point in Place Pleasant?
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, you did to me first. It's retribution.
Whatever. I still haven't poked you in the eye yet.
Oh god. That's another long story.
He poked me in the eye.
It was on accident. No, it wasn't.
No, it was not. He put his finger in my face and poked me in the eye.
At the very least, I didn't know my nails weren't properly trimmed at the time.
Yeah. Right.
Don't you look at me like that. Oh, you don't. Since this is just a black screen, you don't know this, but he just flipped me off very rudely.
Yes, I did.
He did it again. The point of this episode is not to jab at each other. It's about spooky.
A lot of people can't really tell if the Mothman is supposed to be, kind of a warning of bad fortune, or if it brings it on.
That reminds me of something. It's not exactly a cryptid, but it's more of a creature made by an artist. I'm sure you know the name Trevor Henderson.
Yes, absolutely.
Very popular cryptid creator, originator of Siren Head.
Love that guy.
That reminds me...
The artist, not Siren Head. Siren Head's kind of...
spooky.
Siren Head has been memed to death.
Yeah, it's a very cool concept that I'm sure the artist did not intend to be as popular as it is.
Honestly, the Siren Head lore about where it can mimic voices and stuff reminds me of the Wendigo.
Oh, yeah. That was gonna bring me on to the topic of omens of death and whatnot. That reminds me of one of my favorite creations of his, Long Horse.
Oh, I love Long Horse, man.
Yeah, Long Horse is such a good horse.
Yeah. Long Horse, if you don't know what that is, a lot of people, when they hear of cryptids and stuff like that, they're typically associated with bad fortune. But Long Horse actually comes as an omen of protection. The sighting of it tends to save you from some sort of misfortune or tragedy that would have otherwise happened in your life.
And as a visual descriptor, I'm very good at those. It has a skeletal head with black
skeletal horse head, if that wasn't made obvious.
Yeah, with black stringy hair that almost looks wet in all the drawings of him, and he has a neck that
goes on forever.
Yeah, and I don't think he really has a body. Either that or his neck just constantly extends so nobody can see his body.
Yeah, either it doesn't have one or it's just really far back.
Yeah, really far. In the center of the earth or something. That'd be funny. Imagine you're just in your garden, you just see this white pole with hair and it leans down and tells you you're gonna die in 5 days.
Long Horse would actually, if you see it, then let it distract you, because if you don't let it distract you, then you're probably gonna get into some sort of accident.
And die in 5 days.
Stop!
Hey man, you never know. But
or die immediately. if you don't listen to Longhorse.
You never know.
Moral of the story, listen to Longhorse.
Yeah. Or else you could have an aneurysm sitting on the toilet. You never know.
And let's talk about another classic, the Bigfoot.
Bigfoot is... This might just be my, I don't really know what to call it, but my popularity bias, where I don't tend to enjoy things that are more popular.
Yeah.
But I've never been too big of a fan of Bigfoot. I can appreciate the concept, but...
Yeah. Honestly, there is so much, like, back and forth. Oh, hold on. That's my phone going off. Give me a sec. Alright, but what I was going to say was something I brought up to a friend a while back is, a cryptid is typically something that has a major belief behind it, but no one can prove or disprove its existence, right?
Yeah.
So if you think about it, all gods are cryptids.
That's an interesting way to put it.
Yep.
To answer the question I asked you earlier of what my favorite cryptid is... That's also a difficult one for me to answer, but... I'm a really big fan of the Goat Man and the Flatwoods Monster.
Oh, the Flatwoods Monster.
I love that spooky little guy.
He is a spooky little guy.
He looks like... He looks like... Oh, this isn't for a PG-13 audience, children, but he looks like he came out of a Halloween BDSM party.
Oh my god.
Am I wrong?
You're not, though.
Yeah.
You're not.
And Goatman is Goatman.
Goatman's great.
Oh yeah, especially if you've played the game Do You Copy? That is an amazing game. Basically, you are... I'm assuming by your reaction you don't know about it. Basically, you are in this... woods area, and you're in a watchtower of sorts.
I am having to go soon, so I'm just keeping an eye out for the car if you are wondering what my movement is.
Nobody can see what you're doing anyways.
I know, but they might be hearing me.
Yeah. You're in this watchtower of sorts, cooped up in the middle of the forest at night.
Yeah.
And you're... this hiker comes in over your radio, and you have to guide him to this other watchtower while he's being chased by the Goat Man.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a very interesting game. Please, if you can, watch a long play of it. It's only like, the whole game's only like 2 hours long, so if you want to kill some time, definitely watch it. Very interesting game, and I'm pretty sure there's a sequel to it that I don't think got nearly as much traction, but is still probably worth watching nonetheless.
What is an unpopular opinion of yours about any cryptid you can think of?
We have about 2 minutes left of recording, so I might as well get this out quickly. It's also an interesting question. I think it would have been better if cryptids didn't become mainstream. Right?
Definitely.
If cryptids kind of stayed their own little niche that people either knew about or they didn't, I would have honestly preferred that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that goes with Trevor Henderson and his creations. Siren Head, absolutely amazing concept.
But as soon as it got mainstream, it got memed to death, like I said before.
And
it just it lost all of its interest.
Yeah, it's what happens to big creepypastas too, like Slender Man, Jeff the Killer. Although then again, I'm another unpopular creepypasta take. Those two weren't good creepypastas to begin with, especially Jeff the Killer. You're making a weird face. Come on, say it. Say what's on your mind.
I like those creepypastas. I
mean, you're allowed to like things, obviously, but I think it's good. I still love old creepypastas like that, right?
I do agree that they would have been better if they kind of stayed a niche.
Yeah. Let me tell you right now, Ben Drowned is amazing, right?
Great.
That thing scared me so bad as a kid.
I love Eyeless Jack and Tiki Toby.
Yeah, Tiki Toby. Oh, God.
They're still great.
We don't have as much time to go into this, seeing as we have about 20 seconds left of recording. But you have to go soon anyway, so...
I do, yeah.
It's... Final thoughts?
Creepypastas and cryptids are cool.
Yeah, that's a pretty reasonable conclusion to come to. Overall, horror media is great. This has been another wonderful episode of 10 Minute Talks. I am your host, Seth Kaufman.
And I am your co-host, Skeleton Man.
Okay. And I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye.